Kept you waiting, huh? So the Nintendo Direct came out a few days ago. You know, I ain't made a video in a while, and I know y'all been missing new content from me, so I reckon I might give y'all something, you know, just say, hey, Stuart finally made a freaking video. Like, what the hell has he been doing? Well, I'm not even gonna get into it, but anyway, here I am, and here's me talking about the Direct. You know, I normally don't make videos about the Directs and the E3s and the conferences and stuff like that, but I thought I'd finally pop up about this sumbitch, because I think this is the last time we gonna hear anything about ye old Nintendo Switch. It's been my favorite modern console, and I've been buying a heck of a lot of games for that bad boy. That sucker came out in like 2017, and I know it was 2017, not because I looked it up, but because my parents got their new house on that year. And it was when I left the YouTube poop community, and I said, you know, I want to do gaming content from now on, and this is kind of what I do now. And I kind of went to the streaming thing, and now I want to come back here. So yeah, I remember 2020 hit, and you couldn't get game consoles like at all, unless it was the Switch. That was the only one you could get your hands on. You couldn't get the Seto Kaiba console, and you couldn't get the Xbox fridge. But you could get a Switch all day long. Like, you go to Walmart, someplace like that, they got like 10 switches up there. They got more switches than a watch made by NASA. You know what I mean? Like, I go up there at Walmart right now, they got like Switch lights for like $150. It's like refurbs and stuff like that. You get the yellow, the blue, the whatever. I think I even got that Zelda one. So first thing I saw was Durgan Quest. You know, I tried to play the first one for a video a while back, and I was not a fan of it at all. I wasn't gonna say it was bad because it was like one of the first JRPGs ever made. So it had a lot of what do you call it, teething troubles and stuff like that. What the Europeans call it. The first of anything's not gonna be the best. Have you ever seen Thomas Edison's first light bulb? It sucked. In fact, the first child my parents ever had turned out fucked up, and I was an only child. Anyway, Dragon Quest is like one of them things that I've been really wanting to get into, because and it's been really hard for me to like decide which one I want to do. Everybody tells me to just go ahead and just go right to 11 because 11's the best one. But the problem is, like, if I like 11, the problem is I feel like if I go to the other Dragon Quests and try them out, like, I won't like them as much, and I'll kind of be underwhelmed by the whole series as a whole. Would it be like that at all, or like, or would it be something different? I know I bought Dragon Quest VIII on the PS2 a while back, and I do plan to check that one out one day. It looks very similar to 11 and how it works, so I really want to try that out. I've been real obsessed with, like, researching JRPGs and stuff like that recently. Like, you know, I talk about the game Ys all the time. In fact, on my Twitch streams, I'm doing this thing called Ys Awareness, where I play the games in the Ys series for everybody who's never heard of the series, which would be like fucking everybody. So everybody who's watching this is seeing a franchise that they've never seen before, and they should. I mean, this thing like kicks Final Fantasy's butt and then like digs it a mass grave of like all the Final Fantastics and what have you. Well, I say that the Trails series that Falcom does is a lot more like Final Fantasy. Ys is a lot more like Zelda. It's Zelda with experience points. It's Zelda but good. Now don't freak out, I'm just joking, all right? And next we had this like anime-looking game called No Sleep for Konami. Konami? Well, fair enough. I love that, like, the AI character in here just has like a shitty text-to-speech. That's what an AI is supposed to sound like. I am sick and tired of all these TikTok sounding AIs we got nowadays. 5 great recipes for rhinoceros shit. No, fuck off. Listen, if I can't have an AI that sounds like B-17 Bomber, I'm going to assume it's a fucking Terminator, okay? I won't have it. There's only one robot I will allow it to have a normal ass voice, and that's my girl Meki, okay? You know what we need? If we're gonna have like synthetic robots and stuff walking around, you know what they need to do? They need to sound like Microsoft Sam. They all need to just sound like Sam. You know. But yeah, this game just looks like Ace Attorney with the anime like cranked up to 11, you know what I mean? With a little sprinkle of heavy rain, quite literally, and yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna check this out. The guy's car is really cool. Looks like a mid-70s, you know, okay, I'm sorry. I'm autistic about cars. Let's move on. Unleash the Supernatural. Yo, Supernatural, they ever get a game? Can I drive the Impala? Please, let me drive the Impala. Okay, what Shumi Gumi Tootsie game is this? Devil Summer. I was joking. Oh my God. So apparently Atlas is remastering an RPG I didn't even know they made. I've never heard of Raidou, but I want to. I would like to hear of it now. I'm interested now. And they say it's an action RPG, and it certainly looks that way. It looks like one of those where, like, you get into, like, a battle arena and then you start fighting the shit. Kind of like you do in Yakuza or something like that. And I'm all for that. I like that. And I'm okay with, like, turn-based, but I much prefer action RPGs where you actually fight shit instead of like back and forth with shit. I much prefer this. That's why I love Ease so much. There I go talking about Ease again. But yeah, mana and all that stuff, love that. I always tell people, man, if you don't like RPGs, try an action RPG, because that's more like, you know, it's not one of those like you select the thing and then you do this and like there's like a 5-minute long animation of that. Action RPGs don't do that shit. It's a lot more fast paced. So I tell people, if you don't like RPGs, check that kind of shit out, you know? A lot of people tell me to look at Kingdom Hearts, and I actually do have that story so far on PS4, and I couldn't get into it really. It's like, I played it for a little while, I was like, nah, not really for me. I don't know. Now, if they make an action RPG about Looney Tunes, now we're talking. Listen, Bugs Bunny, Sylvester, Wile E. Coyote, Tweety, and fucking stupid kawaii anime outfits that make them look like something straight out of Devil May Cry or some shit. Make it fucking happen. Make it happen. Consume darkness. Why do I immediately think of that stupid Overwatch guy? Let the darkness consume you. Man, that game fell off like Wile E. Coyote down a cliff. So this is Shadow Labyrinth. Now, I already knew about this game because I saw it on the Game Awards. So yeah, this is that game that's a Metroidvania with like this demon Pac-Man dude. And yes, I am most definitely getting this game. You have my attention. I have to get this game. There is a super special place in my heart for old 70s and 80s and early 90s arcade games. So anything that's Pac-Man or like any of those Namco arcades or Konami or Capcom or even Atari arcades, like I eat that shit up like it's crack, man. And so I'm always about new games featuring any of those old arcade shits. And so now that I'm doing all this crazy stuff with Pac-Man, and I'm on board with it, man. I want this game. I mean, look at it. Holy shit. Look at this fucker. Oh, I gotta have it. Infested bone fragment. Oh, I had to have one of those removed one time. Anyway, I really like the art style of it. I would love to play something like this, especially since it's Namco. Because, like, this is really unique. It's got its own thing going on. And that's a Langolier. It's a fucking Langolier. Yo! So that one's dropping on July. It's going to be a while for that sucker drops. So I hope I have some money by then. Shit. Then we got Patapon, which I've actually never seen until now. I've heard the name for years, but I've never actually looked at the game itself. I'm not really a big rhythm game guy, though I did get into Guitar Hero the same time that everybody did, and it just happened to be when I was playing guitar. And I'm more of a Rocksmith guy than a Guitar Hero guy, but you know, I just rather play the real thing. But you know what? It looks neat. Like, it's not my thing. It's not something I would play, but, you know, there's apparently a big fan base for this, and, like, I know a lot of people that was really happy about this. And you know what? I'm happy that they're happy, and I'm happy that the rhythm game people are getting something. It looks neat. If you want to get my attention as far as rhythm game goes, bring back what's that guy's name? A Vib Ribbon. Bring back that little shit. And then we've got the new Story of Seasons games. Man, I've been hearing so many funny things on social media about this game. And like the fact that like every direct so far has had at least one farming game. And most of the time it's one of these or something like it. I've been hearing a lot of people say, who the fuck is buying these games? Well, there must be somebody buying them because they keep making them, you know what I mean? My problem with these farming games is that it's not the farming that I grew up with. Where's the tractors? Where's the cotton pickers? Where's the combine harvesters? Where's my little Ford Jubilee? Come on, man. I need to bush hog a field, man. I need a cow pasture. I need a cow pasture that's like slam full of like cow shit everywhere. It looks like a fucking minefield out there. That's the farming I know. No, we don't need Harvest Moon. We need International Harvester Moon. That's what we need, fucker. And I know what you're gonna say, Stu. We have Farming Simulator. Well, yeah, but I want one that doesn't suck. I want a farming game with tractors and farm equipment and shit like that doesn't suck ass or butt or nuts or anything like that. This stuff right here just might as well just say Animal Crossing, but not good. And there's no Lobo or Audie or Fang or any of my homies. What's this? Wait. Oh shit, guys! Ashwagandha confirmed! What actually is this, though? Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll buy Metroid Prime 4. While I do that, when that comes out, I'll buy Silk Song and Jazz Jackrabbit 4. Yeah, and I'll pay for it all with the money I made from striking oil in my backyard. Yep. But first, I have to finish Beyond Good and Evil 2. And I'll do it all sitting in my Star Citizen shit. Okay, this joke is going too long. Guys, I have a confession. I have never played Metroid Prime, like, at all. None of them. Well, that's not true. I played Metroid Prime 2 for like a day, and it was all right. I got stuck, and then I put it down, and then I never picked it up again, and I ended up selling it on eBay. That's the amount of Metroid Prime I have played in my entire life. I don't have any nostalgia for this series. I don't have anything for it. But apparently it's really fucking good. And it's been one of those things where I'm like, I've been meaning to play it, but I've never gotten around to it. I've mostly played like the 2D Metroid stuff. That's the stuff I played the most. But the 3D stuff, the Prime stuff, nope, never played any of it mostly. I'm going to pretend this game exists for a split second and guess that it's coming out on the Switch too, because we're seeing 60 FPS over here. I highly doubt that Switch 1 is playing this shit right now, assuming this game exists, which it doesn't. I gotta say though, I do like the art style and the colors and the shading on all the textures and stuff is really pretty. I really like the look of all that. It's too bad this game doesn't exist. I will say it's more real than Ashwagandha, at least. We don't have any gameplay of that yet, but that one doesn't exist either because, you know, I made that one the fuck up. So, yeah. It does pain me to, like, see all these gameplay footage and trailers and shit like that when it's actually real gameplay footage and not a whole bunch of fucking cutscenes and shit that's not the actual game. And then we'll probably never ever see this again. And, you know, we'll probably never actually play the game, you know. It's like those old Duke Nukem Forever trailers. I mean, we finally did get the leaked version of the old build of Duke Forever, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty damn good game. Like, so maybe we'll get a leak of this. I don't know. Right now, the only leak we got is the power steering pump on my car. I will say this, though. I have been neglecting Metroid in general just most of my life, really. I have played a little Super Metroid. I've played a little Metroid Fusion. I've played a little bit of it here and there and here and there. I've never actually finished a Metroid game. I've kind of played them until I got bored with them and then, like, never picked them up again. And duh, of course, I played the NES version, but everybody has at some point, you know? I've been thinking about doing this video series of I've never played this game, where I actually review a game that everybody's fucking played, but I haven't. I've been sitting on Minecraft footage for years at this point that has to do with that, because somebody dared me with money to play Minecraft on stream, and I did, and I got the money too. And that's kind of what started the whole Twitch thing, was I played Minecraft and people really loved that. So I don't even know what I bought with the money, probably porn or something, I don't know. But yeah, Metroid's one of those things where, like, it started the whole, you know, Metroid and then Metroidvania bullshit, and I think there's other game series that do it better, in my personal opinion, Castlevania being one of them, and yeah, I just mostly play those. Metroid doesn't hold my attention as much as the other stuff, but with as much ADHD as I have, it's hard to hold my attention in the first place. Oh, speaking of, Disney game. Wait, is that Gaston? That's fucking Gaston! Holy shit!
Peace will make out with your children. And come in there.
Yeah. Looks mobile as fuck. Don't care. Let's see, isometric witch anime game with multiplayer. Am I gonna get that?
No, and I don't care.
Action, adventure, and arcade games await.
Oh, is that what AAA stands for? I thought it stood for ass, anus, and ARA. Back on track, this game looks pretty cool. You got a hand-drawn animation, you got a Metroidvania, it's 2D. Now we're talking some Stuart K stuff right here. This is some stuff I am all about right here. I'm definitely gonna check this game out. What's this called? Okay, it's called The Eternal Life of Goldman. Oh yeah, I'm really gonna remember that one. Somebody DM me when this comes out. And next, we've got a Gradius collection. We've got Gradius, Life Force, Salamander, all of that in a big pile of goody-goody. Some of it's games we never got in the US, which excites me a lot. And we're getting a new Salamander game. Guys, I went through a whole period in my life where I was obsessed with spaceship shoot-em-ups, or shmups, or whatever people want to call them. So this excites the yote a whole bunch. You know, I'm still holding out for the day that we finally get a Thunder Force 7, which I think will never happen, but hey, as long as other companies keep putting out cool-ass shmups, I am all for it, man. Sign me the hell up. One day, I want to do a video about Thunder Force, and when I do, you guys will probably be 80 years old at this point. I don't know. Rift of the Necro Dancer, another rhythm game. Next. So here's something a lot of people lost their shit about. Tamagotchi, I don't remember Tamagotchi, never mind. Tamagotchi Moochie. Didn't know that, like, Tamagotchi was still a thing that existed. Maybe somebody bought the rights to it? I don't know, but, yeah, it's, they get a new game. And it looks like some Elsa Frozen shit. Are we gonna do surgery on their feet or some shit like that? Oh my god. I have one memory about Tamagotchi. I remember there was a TV commercial for a Pikachu Tamagotchi that was like, I don't know, a ripoff of it or something like that, but it was Pikachu. And that was the first time I had ever seen Pikachu in my life after seeing that. Actually, I have two memories. One of my school friends had a Tamagotchi. I didn't know that's what it was called at the time, but they had a little Tamagotchi cat. And I remember they let me play with it for a little while, and I didn't really know how it worked or anything like that. I ended up making it sick, making it take a shit everywhere, and I renamed it Stu. They were so pissed at me. I can't be trusted to take care of digital pets, I guess. They're gonna call cyber animal control on me. Speaking of abusing animals for personal gain, here's Pokemans. Ain't much to say about that. It's Pokemans. Pokemans does what Pokemans do, you know? So every Pokemon has got to have some kind of gimmick, and this one is the Wild Zones, looks like. And it looks like it's a fenced-in area where you can catch Pokemans, like in the city limits or some shit like that. You know, we got something like that in Louisiana. It's called a federal hunting reserve. Like, they have like a big fenced-in area that's like miles and miles of woods and stuff like that. And they put deer in there for you to shoot. With that said, I wonder if there's such a thing in the Pokemon world as a Pokemon hunter. You know, I wonder if there's guys out there with bolt-action rifles and 50 BMGs and shit like that going out there in the woods and shit hunting Pokemon to put up on their wall as a trophy, or like put in a freezer and eat. You know what I mean? Like, isn't there a deer aren't there deer Pokemon? If there were deer Pokemon, I tell you right now, it'd be a whole bunch of rednecks shooting them bastards. I mean, you can kind of do that in Pal World when you think about it, so I guess that's one thing Pal World has over Pokemon right now. I really need to pick up Pal World again. I haven't played it since they added the big update with the new map and everything. I need to play this shit. But, you know, this Pokemon looks all right. It looks like they're going back to the Legends Arceus stuff, and that is my favorite Pokemon game so far, is Arceus. I really loved that game. I'm not going to lie. It was everything I was kind of wanting, and then Pal World kind of took that and then updated that to, like, what I actually fucking wanted from Pokemans. I'm going to tell you right now, though, I don't care about the frame rates. I don't care about the glitches. I don't care about the FPS or the RTX or any of that shit that everybody always complains about these damn games. Pokemon is Pokemon. You shouldn't expect it to be like, you know, nice, because these guys, they just don't do that. They don't do that. They're lazy. Anyway, the one thing I'm going to be pissed about is if my man Lycanroc is not in this damn game, I'm going to riot. I mean, I'm going to go out there with signs saying, need money. That's got nothing to do with Pokemon. That's just something I plan to do tomorrow. Anyway, by the way, I got a coffee in the description. Anybody got $5? I'm joking. Unless...
Just press the button to jump through the ring.
Oh, wow. Speaking of TikTok woman, there she is.
10 best places to hide the body.
Oh, Rhythm Heaven, how you doing, bro? I ain't seen you since that Terry Crews meme. Oh, you? Oh, that's me? Well, I'm glad you told me that, or else I would have never known. Okay, so the virtual game card thing, I have watched this about 10 times so far, and I still don't really grasp what's going on here. So what they're saying is, like, your digital games can now be treated like cartridges, and you can swap them between another Switch that you own or with your friends, people on your family plan, but they can only play them for 14 days. But only if they're on your local wireless connection. This sounds like something that would be so damn hectic to set up that I would finally just let somebody borrow my Switch for a little bit. I had always heard that Nintendo was really restrictive and pissy acting towards people that had more than one Switch, so I guess this was like their band-aid for that. You know what I think this is? I think this is Nintendo trying to find out some way to kill piracy. They probably did some bullshit in the background while they were making this to kind of make it harder to pirate games, you know what I mean? I'm gonna wait till MVG drops a video about this. Also, can I fucking point out how based it is that MVG has a YouTube channel where he talks about piracy nonstop while working for a game company that intentionally gatekeeps physical media. My man's like, do you think that plumbers don't wear ties is $80 too much? How do you feel about $0? I mean, fuck, I could just buy a Memorex CDR and put the 3DO ISO on the disc. I mean, that's what they did. I could make it myself and sell it for $7. Undercut their ass. Who are they gonna call, the cops? Yeah, this redneck in Louisiana is selling burned copies of games that we're selling and undercutting us and shit.
Wow, that is really exciting, Mike.
Isn't this that really cringy game that has like the Family Guy humor? Open world game that could not be more Unity if it tried. So many Unity games have this weird look to them. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's something with the shaders and the textures. I don't know what it is. Farming game. Does it have a tractor? No. Moving on. Oh, you've got a community on your back. That's nothing new to me. Wow, what Splatoon game is this? Yeah, no. Then we got Saga Frontier 2 getting a remaster, and I'll tell you right now, Square Enix has got a metric fuck ton of JRPGs under their belt, and I don't know if I'm going to live long enough to be able to play them all, because, you know, JRPGs are so long, you know, and there's just so many of them. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to play all the ones that I want to play, but you know what? I'm going to make every damn attempt I can possibly do while I'm here on this earth. I'm 34. I expect to live another, 60 years. I'm gonna try. But you're gonna have to bear with me while I try, and don't release any more JRPGs until I get done. Then we got this game. Have you ever looked at a game and immediately, like within the first second of seeing footage of it, you're already out? You're immediately saying, nope. I'm that way about this, like, puzzle shit like this or the artsy-fartsy indie stuff, but I'm also that way about the hyper-realistic open world, the fucking medieval bullshit. You know what I mean? I like to call Baldur's Gate 3 Long John Baldry Gate because the game would be a whole lot better if everybody was voiced by Robotnik.
Of course, we mustn't forget the tip.
That's the first piece of footage I've ever seen of Baldur's Gate 3, by the way. I see why you guys play that now. You guys goon more than the Mafia, damn. Everybody's Golf. I think I have a PS Vita cartridge of one of these games, and it's a Japanese one for some reason. I've got it on eBay, but nobody wants it, and I understand why. It doesn't have Craig Stadler.
Study my shot carefully. I'm gonna drain this one.
You know, I like Mario Golf, all right, but I've never been... What? Oh no, I've been turned into a marketable anime boy. Jeez, I hope nothing ever comes of this. Like the kind of stuff they sell at Lollies.
Lolly, 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 get your lolly here.
Comic book shit. Unless somebody welcomes me to die, I'm not playing it. Tamagotchi Life, which I thought was a Miitopia game for a minute there. I didn't know there's a difference between Tamagotchi and Tamagotchi. For a minute, I thought I was witnessing some Bernstein Bear shit. Y'all are all wrong. It's Bernstein and always has been. Anyway, not my thing. And that was all the Direct games, as far as the ones I cared about, anyway. Miyamoto said we're getting another Direct on the 2nd of April, and that's not too far off now. If you guys like this video enough, I'll do something about that. I know a lot of y'all probably want to know, like, what this old 30-year-old boomer thinks of a new Nintendo console, because that's really the only platform I care about anymore. I lived and breathed PlayStation for several years, but I've always been Nintendo at heart. All of my favorite top 3 video games in the world are Nintendo games. So there you go. Well, my man, if all goes well, I should have a working man video for you guys April 1st. Why not? Why not April Fools? Why the fuck not? It'll confuse the shit out of people. I'm not gonna make it really grandiose. I'm not gonna do a big production. I thought about that, but you know what? I really need to get back into this and get back comfortable making videos again. So it's just gonna be just old-fashioned working man bullshit like you've always been used to. And then we'll be doing some more stuff after that. I wanna make it to where, like, you only have to wait like 5 years instead of 10 years for the next one. So I've got videos lined up. I've got 2 other videos I'm working on, and I've also got the thrift store video I'm planning to do. I've also got a few other things I'm working on. I can't think of them right now, but they do exist, I promise to God. So if you want to support my ass, there's shit down in the description that shows you how to do that. We got channel memberships now. I know a lot of people don't like Patreon, so you can do it directly here now. So, and you'll get a lot of the same stuff. So, I'm Stuart K Reilly. If you ain't never heard of me, well, I'm Stuart K Reilly. So, see y'all later.
And don't forget to check us out on Twitch, either. That's the Stuart K Reilly on Twitch. A-Rai out. Woohoo! Woo!